I was late. My car had broken down miles back and my phone had died. My only option was to walk. My friend Daniel had invited me to his new house for a weekend getaway. He sent simple directions: follow the dirt road, past the old well, and his house would be at the very end. The air was thick with fog, making it hard to see more than a few feet ahead. The trees on either side loomed like towering shadows, their twisted branches clawing at the sky. As I trudged forward, I finally saw a house emerge through the mist. It didn't look like the picture Daniel had sent. His house was supposed to be a modern cabin, but this one was old, ancient even. The wood was rotting, the windows cracked. A single dim light flickered on the porch. I hesitated, but then figured maybe I had remembered the picture wrong. Maybe it looked different at night. I climbed the creaky steps and knocked. Silence. Then, creak. The door slowly swung open on its own. The house smelled of mildew and something else. Something metallic. "Hello?" I called, stepping inside. The air was ice cold. Furniture covered in white sheets lined the room and dust floated in the dim light. It looked abandoned. Then I heard it. A whisper. It came from the hallway. My pulse quickened. "Daniel?" A faint giggle echoed, a child's voice, light and airy. I froze. Daniel didn't have kids. The whispering continued, growing in volume. It was coming from the end of the hall. My feet moved before I could stop them, my curiosity stronger than my fear. The hallway stretched longer than it should have. The walls seemed to close in. At the end was a single wooden door. Scratches covered its surface. Deep, desperate claw marks. My hand trembled as I reached for the knob. The whispering stopped. Silence. Then, bang! The door rattled violently. A guttural, inhuman growl erupted from behind it. My breath hitched. My instinct screamed at me to run, but the door flung open before I could react. A shadowy figure stood in the doorway. Its face was wrong, a stretched-out grin, hollowed eyes that burned with a soulless void. Its body twitched unnaturally, arms, too long, fingers ending in jagged nails. It charged. I turned and ran, my heart hammering against my ribs. The walls warped as I sprinted down the endless hallway. The whispers returned, now a chorus of voices. "You're not supposed to be here." I reached the front door, yanking at the handle, but it wouldn't budge. My reflection in the glass was distorted. My mouth was wide open, screaming, but no sound came out. A cold hand clamped onto my shoulder. I gasped. Then I was outside. I blinked in confusion. The fog had cleared. I stood in front of Daniel's actual house, modern, just like the pictures. The old house was gone. No sign of it. Just empty land. The front door opened, and Daniel grinned. "Dude, what took you so long?" I turned back, one last time. In the distance, where the house had been, two glowing eyes watched me from the trees, and then they disappeared.